Okay, so we talked about mail server. That was our last thing. Now we're going to talk about some of the internet services out there. Web server. That's what we all connect to. Okay, it's the most popular thing in the world. Does anyone know what the most popular web server software is? Okay, I'll make this multiple choice. IIS running on Windows, um, or Apache running on anything else. What do you think is the most popular?
I've heard of Apache.
Apache is the most popular. Yes, it is. Why would it be most popular? Anybody have any clue why?
Universal runs on everything else.
Okay, and
Free.
it's free. That is a big deal. We're putting a Mac lab in room 219. Got all the computers and everything, but we didn't buy antivirus for them. You really don't need them so much on the Mac anyway, but I asked our IT people, can I put on Clam? Anyone ever heard of Clam before? Clam is a free antivirus software. It's awesome. Works great. If you're running Microsoft, I recommend using Security Essentials. That's built by Microsoft, totally free. Never want you to upgrade to the Pro version. It's free for life. It's called Microsoft Security Essentials. But for Mac, Clam antivirus is free. So I asked them, hey, can we run Clam? They're like, heck yeah, they run on half the servers over there. And the cool thing about Clam is it's free, but just not for... See, a lot of software is free for non-commercial use. Clam is free for anybody, which is awesome. So it's called Clam, C-L-A-M. So if you need one, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But if you got Windows, Microsoft Security Essentials is my favorite. I have free access to McAfee. The licensed version. It's not nearly as good. And I actually reloaded a computer today for my travel agent. I swear she gets every virus known to man. Well, the problem is she's surfing hotels and stuff worldwide. And surfing for travel deals worldwide. And you're going to get that stuff. So I was like, what can I do to prevent it? Well, these machines in this room have something called deep freeze. Which means you could go in there and screw my computer up all you want, reboot, and it's all gone. Puts it right back to normal. No issues at all.
That's virtual machine stuff, isn't it?
No, it's not even virtual machine. It basically, anytime you write to the drive, you're not really writing to the drive. Reboot and it's all gone. Been running it for years and years. But the problem is it's not free. We actually buy it. So you can't just stick it on my travel agent's computer. So we found something called Sandboxy. I never heard of it before today. Sandboxy, you install it, then you tell it to run certain programs in a sandbox. So I set it up so both of our internet browsers, Internet Explorer and Chrome, are now going to run inside Sandboxy. So what happens is it writes, but it's really writing to like a temporary area. Then all you got to do is say right click, dump sandbox. Everything that's written is gone. Which is kind of cool and it's free. So I actually just installed it today. Haven't played, see how it goes. What happens is when you try to save something, like you want to save a favorite, save a file or something, or make any change to your computer, it pops up and says, whoa, this change is trying to happen. Would you like to allow it to happen or not? So you can actually save stuff and say, yes, I want this to actually happen, which is good. So it's called Sandboxies, Sandbox IE. So it's kind of cool. All right, the web service, Apache is most popular. IIS is good. Novell's got one. There's probably other ones out there. I just can't think of for the life of me at the moment. Okay. Other services, file transfer, FTP, file transfer protocol. We're going to talk about that later on. Addressing schemes. We're going to talk about IP addressing when we get to chapter 4. Security filters. We'll talk a little bit about that later on in the book, but not very much. Okay. It also means for directly logging into other internet computers. VPNs, we're going to talk about that kind of stuff later as well. Okay. Did I skip one? Okay. All right. Management services. Small network management. It could be from they talk about a single network administrator. I used to take care of St. Philip Neri School, Taylor Valve Technologies, Chapel Supply, Aerospace Reports, Dixie Air Title Service, and Short Wiggins, Margo and Butts Law Firm. I used to take, and also the Myriad, or the Cox Convention Center, and now it's the Chesapeake Arena. I used to take care of all the computers for all those people. That sucked. That was a lot of work. Plus, I ran my own business. Plus, I taught for a living. So that could be a lot of work. But a lot of companies, you can manage it by. I managed all that by myself. So, can be done. And the cool thing is, you can actually do a lot of this stuff remotely. Okay. I use a program called Log Me In, and whenever you hear Log Me In, Log Me In is free. They have a free version and a pro version. Free version is free for life. It's awesome. You can remotely get into someone's computer and manage it. Like my travel agent, when she screws somewhere, has a question, I use Log Me In, get right into her computer, and try to fix it the best I can, and hopefully clean out her the current virus of the day or something. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do remotely. Okay, since today's larger network, there's all kinds of stuff you can do centralized. Okay, you can you can actually sit in one computer and manage an entire network now and never leaving. You can even do it remotely. You can do it from wherever. Okay. All right. Important services, traffic monitoring to see what's going on. One of my clients complained their network was running really slow. So I went down there and I put a tool on there to capture the traffic, see what was going on. It turned out the owner's sons was downloading, they were streaming music, which is a big deal, and they were downloading all kinds of crap. So it was killing their bandwidth. So management of traffic, load balancing. Maybe I got two servers doing something. Like our virtual servers down the hall, which we'll be using later on, we have 4 of them. We load balance between them. So if server number 1 gets really busy, automatically dumps off its work to server 2 or 3 or 4, which is cool. It can actually move the machines and everything while they're running, which is kind of cool. Hardware diagnostics, failure alert. Maybe if something fails, you want to be notified about it. When I worked at Tinker, I think I told you I was kind of put into the LAN shop. I was kind of shoved there. Then they had a machine die. Their web server that was the internal for the 752nd AWACS died. Lost everything. And they're like, all right, Mr. Smarty, why did it die? I'm like, don't you have RAID on this thing? So, yeah. They're like, well, why did it die? Well, she says, you got 3 drives. And I said, if one fails, you get a red light. And the girl goes, oh, yeah, we've had a red light on the thing for years. Well, what happened was one drive failed years ago. Then when a second drive failed, we lost everything. All right, normally red is bad. So if you see a red light, you might want to take care of it. We've had, in our new system down the hall, we've had 2 drives fail so far. If we do one fails, we replace it. As long as they don't all fail at the same time, we're okay. So failure alert's a big issue. Asset management. I was in a meeting, and our head IT person was talking about the systems at Rose State. I guess Rose State is exactly 200 computers. Like, you sure? How do you know that? Well, we're running SMS. It's a software from Microsoft which can manage all that stuff, which is awesome. He's like, yep, every computer on the network connects to this. We know everything about it. We know the software they're running. I said, no, you don't. He goes, yeah, I do. He says, not my lab, you don't, because mine aren't connected to the Rose network. He's like, oh. Okay, we have 2,200 computers plus whatever Ken has. So it's tough managing that stuff. If you got a handful of computers, if we were in charge of just this room, we could watch them pretty easily. But if you're managing thousands of machines, that's a lot of work. And the software installed on them. And I was talking to my wife today at Tinker. She messaged me this morning. She goes, hopefully it wasn't your computer. I don't know. But she was saying, man, I'm trying to re-image this guy's machine. He has 60 gigs of music. I'm like, delete them. I can't. I says, well, they're obviously illegal. You all agree 60 gigs of movies are illegal. Well, they're all in folders with album artwork. So? I mean, I can download album artwork. iTunes does it automatically. You say download album artwork. Because, yeah, but I might get in trouble. I'm like, first of all, if they're illegal, it means he has the CDs, it means he can put them back on. And 60 gigs on a work PC, yeah.
How to get them there to begin with.
Yeah, so
USB devices are illegal.
Yeah. So I said, you might, she goes, I just don't feel right deleting them. So she went and talked to her boss. Guess what her boss said? Delete them. She goes, sweet, I will no longer be copying music. All right, I mean, military work computer, why do you need 60 gigs of music? That's crazy. So, but asset management, keeping track of what they have in them. You can actually check hardware and software and all kinds of stuff remotely. Licenses. Who's got what? They contacted me. I was on vacation about a year ago, and I get a message from our IO, Chief Information Officer. Ken, we've detected you have illegal software on your computer, unlicensed illegal software on your computer. We need you to remove it. I'm on vacation. I'm like, what the hell am I what I do? And I get back from work and I say, okay, I came back from vacation. I said, what do I have on there? Oh, you have an illegal copy of Adobe Acrobat 9.0. I'm like, no, I don't. Got disk right here, serial number right here. Oh, and they're like, oh, we didn't know about that. You're good. They just thought I downloaded it somewhere, but it was actually a copy of mine. So they were happy then, as long as I had a license, which I did. Okay, security auditing. We can check when people log in, when they log out, passwords, all kinds of stuff like that. Address management. We can manage IP address, which we'll talk about with DHCP. Backup and restoration. That's a big deal. Our guy who manages the Rose State website, he had his hard drive set up with striping. We haven't covered what that is yet, but it's a way to make your hard drives work faster with no fault tolerance. In other words, if one fails, you lose everything. Well, he lost one the other day. Guess what he lost? Everything. So I said, you work at IT services. No big deal. Restore the backup. Well, we kind of ain't backed that one up yet. I guess you're going to be recreating the entire Rose State website then, aren't you? So, I mean, it was just the local copy he worked on. I mean, we have the live copy online, but he just lost all the graphics and everything, and it was pretty bad. So backup and recovery, a lot of places don't think it's important until they lose something. Actually, most places, oh, you don't need a backup. The moment you lose something, then from then on you get backups, and it kind of sucks, but I like to see people use backups. Aerospace Reports, one of my prior clients, they knew they were kind of a cool company. Whatever I told them, they would do. If I said you need this, they would do it, which is good. I said, you really need to get an online backup service. Fine, let's do it. So we did it, and about a month later, someone accidentally deleted an entire year's worth of title searches. Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? I said, oh, give me just a second. Logged into the server, connected to the remote backup system, right-click, restore all, done. And they're like, oh my God, that's the best money we ever spent in our life. I'm like, yeah. So that's why I'm glad sometimes people use it so they realize the value. Because if you pay for something like that and you never use it, guess what? Why am I paying for this crap? I'm never using it. Yeah, but the moment you stop paying for it, yeah, you're going to need it. So, backup and recovery. We'll cover more about that as well. Job market. There's a lot of jobs in the field, believe it or not. Dell's hiring like 15 people for Apex. I think their training starts in a week or two. A bunch of people just got hired out of Tinker. There's jobs everywhere. So we have one of our students who's working at Devon making $75,000. Man, that's pretty darn good. Worked at the FAA when she was making $35,000. Then they gave her a $40,000 raise to move to Devon. So I don't know. FAA to Devon, $40,000 raise. Yeah, I'm thinking I'd be doing it. It might be harder to park downtown though. But for $40,000,
You buy a flying vehicle and you're on the roof, you're fine.
there you go. Yeah. All right. To prepare, yeah, you need to understand some stuff. You need to understand networking, security. You need to know what study, home and communications, all this new stuff. They all agree that stuff's coming out all the time. There's always something new. Okay, and it kind of sucks. But, that's always out there. Certifications. A lot of people ask me, why get certifications? Well, because that's what people understand. If you want to get a job at Tinker right now, you need your A+.
Actually, it's Security Plus.
Well, it depends where you work at Tinker. Yeah, I mean, the help desk type area, they want the A+. And ITIL is a big thing now. A lot of people want ITIL. That's like the management of customer service type stuff. So certifications, I have tons of them. You ever look at my business card? It's really long. I have pretty much all of them. Not all, but in this area I have a lot of them. But all it means is you have a clue what you're doing. It means you know everything? No. It just means you have a clue. Get to know others in your field. Network. LinkedIn. Really pretty good website because you can get linked in with a lot of people doing the same job. I've had job offers from there. So, haven't taken any. Skills, installation, configuration, troubleshooting, understanding characteristics of networking, designing networks, protocols, all this stuff is important to know. Okay? Lots of skills you need to know. Okay, pick one or two areas to concentrate. Do you think you could be an expert at everything? No, there's no way. There's no way. With our CSEC grant, I'm the one who did the most in digital forensics. That's what I still do. But our new grant focuses on SCADA systems, mobile communications, and secure coding. Well, Dr. Schwinn says, what do you guys want to work on? He says, I'm already doing this. I really can't pick up something else at the moment. So you really want to focus on something. Get really good at it. So, I used to see C++ every semester for years. So I think I knew C++ pretty good? Yeah, at that point, I knew C++ really well. Haven't taught it in 5 years. How much do I know it now? I can spell it. I mean, I can use it, but it's kind of one of those deals. When they talk about specializing in a certain area, unless you're doing it, you're going to lose it. So a lot of people ask me, well, how do you know subnetting so well? Well, I actually do it for a living, and I teach it every single semester. I wonder why I know it. So, all right. But network security, convergence, there's a lot of different things. Unix, Linux, Mac, whatever. Just get good at something. Okay? Just get good at something. Wireless, configuration of routers. Because, Jonathan Jessup, one of our prior students, was talking to a guy that used to work for him. This guy used to work here in the city, moved to Honeywell up in D.C. Jonathan happened to be up there visiting, touring the sites in D.C. Went to dinner with the guy. And Jonathan was talking about, I need to find a job. And the guy goes, what do you do? And Jonathan started talking about what he does or what he learned here. They offered him a job on the spot. And whatever it is making big bucks. Enough to move to D.C., bring his whole entire family up. It was just based on, what he's good. He's good at Unix, Linux. He's good at NIST type stuff. And when you take Eileen's classes, you'll have to learn about NIST and all that crap. And that's kind of important. It sucks to do, but it's an important aspect of it. So, get good at something. Okay. All right, soft skills. Are you a people person? We had an instructor, can't remember her name now. I used to work with her, tinker, really super sharp. Had a master's degree, excellent. I'm for a female, nothing against females, but very few females are good in the technology area. You notice there's one in here, a whole bunch of guys. Okay, two. Sorry, Bobby. You're the one. I knew your name. I'm just looking over here. She had a brighter shirt on than you did. Okay, but the deal is there's not many females in this area. Okay. But at Tinker in the land shop, she was really super sharp, so we asked her to come teach at Rose State. She goes, I don't know if I can do it. Well, she signed up to teach. The first night of class, guess what? She walked out and never came back. She couldn't. She could not talk in front of people. Talk in front of people is a big issue. It really is. I've been doing it for quite a few years now, but a lot of people can't. So, soft skills, interpersonal skills, talking to people, that's a really big issue, okay? Especially when you need to have meetings. I have so many stinking meetings. You always need to go to them. You always got to provide some sort of input. So hopefully you know what you're doing, you know how to converse. And an issue nowadays with the younger kids, like a couple of you are young, but the issue is a lot of young kids can't talk. Anyone know why?
Internet.
They text everything. They do everything on the internet. They never really talk to anybody. Okay? They literally could be in the same room texting back and forth instead of opening their mouths. And what the problem is, they don't learn how to talk. Okay? My stepchildren, man, they call me on the phone, and it's like, oh my God, I can't understand you. Cause it's like, do you not know how to talk? They don't. They really don't. So, it's a big issue. Okay, so customer relations, big deal. Oral and written, some of y'all's writing sucks. Okay, I guarantee there's somebody in here the writing is worse than mine. It's just terrible. I had a student who turned in an essay to get on my grant, handwritten. Oh my God, it was like, ta-da, Mona Lisa, work of art. It was like, wow, perfect. So he came to the interview. I'm like, dude, that is like the best looking essay I've ever seen. Oh yeah, my mom wrote it for me. I'm like, well, crap. So much for that. But writing's a big deal. Typing is important, but sometimes you do need to write. I mean, with a pen, the loops and pluses and all that. Yeah, so writing's a big issue. Dependability. Yeah, it's a lot of people can't be here on time, can't be at school on time, can't be at work on time. You need to be. Okay? Teamwork, can you work in teams? In the world, you very seldom work by yourself. Very seldom. So teamwork's a big deal. Also leadership. He's in the military. I'm assuming you have people below you. The real world, it's the same way. You have people below you. Unless you're the absolute lowest guy, you're always above somebody. So leadership's a big deal. Okay. Certification process. Learn this stuff, then take a test. Okay? So you learn it, you pass the test. We have certification software here. If you want access to A+, Net+, and Security+, we have free access to it. We'll give it to you for free. But if you want access to it, you better be ready to use it. In the past, we just gave it to everybody in all the classes. And so many people wouldn't use it. So if you want to have access to it, we'll give it to you. But I would like to see you log in quickly after that. Short period of time, so I know you're actually going to use it. Or else I'm going to delete it. Okay? CompTIA Network Plus is what this class is about. Okay? There's other vendor certifications. Microsoft, Cisco, yes.
Isn't the only place we can really take a certification around here is in Shawnee? I mean, that's the only place.
Actually,
Tech skills at Penn Square Mall.
they switched.
There's one at Pittsburgh.
Prometric.
Called Tech Skills.
Okay, but CompTIA no longer uses Prometric. So the only place in Oklahoma is currently OSU Stillwater.
The OSU, yeah.
OSU Stillwater is currently the only place to take a Prometric test.
Why would they do that?
They're stupid. But View is available. But CompTIA is only available at the place up in Stillwater, but they are switching. So the reason is with Prometric, you have to have a dedicated testing facility. I mean, you got to have a certain number of computers. That's all they do. You have to have certain people. And this is the weirdest rule. But whoever manages it cannot be certified and cannot be working toward a certification. So in other words, you need someone who's pretty much nobody. Because think about it. Daniel's going to be administering the A+ certification. Daniel wants to get his A+ certification. What does Daniel now have access to? The A+ test. So, but that was a big issue. And CompTIA pulled from them. Said no longer. It's Prometric. So what they've gone to is View. Or no, is it View? Whatever the other one is. Okay. And they're now, yes, it has to be a dedicated computer when it's being used. So we can actually set up a testing center in this room, and from 8:30 to 9:45, when there's no class going on, it could be a testing center. So which is kind of cool. So we're actually looking into offering one here. Mid-Del Votech's looking being offered one. So other places will shortly. It switched July 1st, I think. Yeah, but right now, if you want to take an A+ test, Stillwater. It's the only place you can go. Sucks. It just switched. All right. But there are a lot of vendor certifications. My very first certification was from Microsoft. Okay. I really need to get rid of this thing, but here, I'll lift it up. That help? Yeah, but Microsoft, Cisco's popular. I don't have the Cisco ones. All right. Benefits, better salary. When I first started my computer business, mid-90s, I charged $20 an hour. I told my clients, once I get my certifications and get my degrees finished, I'll be charging you $100 an hour. And that was pretty quickly afterwards. I started charging $100 an hour, and they paid it, so it's not an issue. Okay, so yeah, but I didn't feel right charging that without the certifications. Just like pretty much everything I teach here at Rose State, I'm certified in. Because I feel it's not fair for me to teach you something if I'm not already certified in it, or I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. So, all right, greater opportunities. A lot of places, like to get a job at the help desk at Tinker, they say A+, required. If you don't have an A+, don't bother applying. So, opportunities. Professional respect. I have a CISSP. That test has an 80% failure rate. This is one of the hardest tests.
$5,000 to take, isn't it?
What?
$5,000.
Oh, no. The test is only $500.
Oh.
6 hours. The classes. It's a 6-hour test, 250 questions. I was going through that test and I felt so stupid. Because they asked me so much stuff. You know, when you first start a test, you're like, okay, everyone I'm not totally sure of, I'm going to mark and come back to you later. By the time I got to the end, I ain't really looking at nothing. The last 20 questions, I'm like, A, B, C, I don't know. I passed. If you fail, they tell you your score and what you missed, kind of the area. If you pass it, they tell you passed. Which I was kind of like, why would they do that? Well, if you fail it, you need to know what you're weak on. But if you pass it with a 70, actually, whatever the score is on that one. I know it's an 80% failure rate. But if you pass with a 75 or a 95, does it really matter? Still certified. So that's why they say if you pass, all we do is we tell you you passed. If you fail, we tell you where you need to study. So, kind of weird. But, so respect. That's a big deal. Access to better support. A lot of places, like Rose State, when Rose State was switching to Dell, we wanted to get a discount on Dell support. And to get it, they basically had to have 2 people on campus that were A+ certified. That was me and Arlene. Nobody at IT at that point was A+ certified. So they had to come to me and Arlene. We both had to copy our certificates, send them off to Dell to get a break on the support pricing. Now they have some certified people, but at the point they didn't. So then they had the nerve to tell me I couldn't work on the computer. I says, I think my certificate is the reason you're allowed to work on computers. So they let me after that. So they're pretty good. Okay. Search the web, local newspapers, visit career centers, talk to people, attend career fairs. Just talk to companies. Honeywell did not have an opening for an information security person until Jonathan Jessup was talking to his buddy, told him what his skills were, and like, wait a minute. We've been thinking about doing something like that. They immediately created a position. When he get back from D.C., position was online. He applied for it and got offered it 2 days later. So it's not always what you see out there. Talk to people. Say, hey, here's what I know. You got anything opening in that area? And a lot of times it works. Okay. Enlist a recruiter. One of my friends who now works at a bank downtown went to Express Personnel. Y'all know Express Personnel, the temp agency people? Said, hey, I need to get a job. And they gave him all the qualifications. You know what they told him? We need you. And they hired him. Actually, Express Personnel hired him. And it was kind of funny because right after he got the job, he says, yeah, one of my jobs is to answer all the help desk emails. And he brought it up. He goes, 5,000 new emails this morning. Says it's simple to fix. Control A and delete. Because he was so undermanned. 5,000 help desk emails a day. What are you going to fix? 5 of them? You might as well just delete them all. I mean, he didn't work there very long because he says, no, this place sucked so bad. It was nothing. It was crap. So then he went to work for 7-Eleven, and actually corporate 7-Eleven, which was kind of nice. So not you want a slushy 7-Eleven. Yeah, recruiters. Why not? Friend, Sergeant Grit Marine on the other side of town, we'll talk about their website another day, but he hires all his people through a temp agency. You want to know why? If you suck, he doesn't have to worry about firing you.
Tell me to bring you somebody else.
Yeah. Daniel comes in, the temp agency assigns Daniel. Oh my God, he sucks so bad, I just call a temp agency, tomorrow morning I'd like someone else. That's all he has to do. He doesn't worry about firing him, hurting his feelings, or nothing. Then after the 60, 90, or whatever days, he hires them. And what he does is, say he pays $10 an hour to the temp agency, and he only gets 8. But at the end of the 60 days, he hires Daniel. And now Daniel gets a raise to $10 an hour, not costing him a penny more. So it actually works good. So a lot of companies are doing the temp agency recruiter type thing. All right, associations. There's a lot of associations out there. InfoGuard. DC 405 meets like the 3rd Friday of each month here. I don't have the information with me right now, but DEF CON, anyone heard of DEF CON? Okay. DEF CON's in Vegas once a year. It's a hacker convention. They have a thing here. It's called DC for DEF CON 405 for Oklahoma. It's downtown, which we got the information in my office. Go there. They learn about hacking in this stuff and figuring stuff out and vulnerabilities, so it's kind of a cool if you're interested. But there's just lots of stuff. Free goods. I've been to lots of conferences. We get all kinds of free stuff. Okay? So I'll talk more about that later. Free software, pre-release. I've done beta testing for companies before. Just all kinds of stuff. Okay? All right. Here they just talk about some of the different places you can get your certifications, and there's tons of them out there. Okay? All right. So we're done with this chapter. Let me stop this.